Hello, guys. So, I talk about this all the time, and people don't seem to get it. But when you start to lose important things, you will realize that what you were doing wasn't working for you. Okay. So I've got a friend who, she hangs out at the park. We all kind of formed a group, not on purpose, but we just kind of clicked. And she hires and fires people. So today, she had to fire somebody. And I asked her, I said, do you have does it bother you to fire somebody? She said, not anymore. It used to, but not anymore. So this person was taking pictures of their boss's ass and circulating it through the office, all right? And then somebody decided, oh, really? Okay. They circulated that picture to HR and said, hey, this person's sending this picture all around the company. So they conducted an investigation. The person they stayed home while they were getting paid while this investigation was happening. And then today they got the hammer dropped on them. You're out. You no longer have a job. When I say that people have to learn to control themselves, that's not me being a nag. That's not me picking on people. That's not me being a prude. That's not anything of the sort. It's your lack of control will get you in a lot of trouble. And I mean a lot of trouble. You cannot do what you want to do on impulse because your hormones are raging. And so because your hormones are raging, you're doing stupidness that got you fired. Now you don't have any job and you have no means to get your bills paid. All because of a lack of self-control. Okay. It makes no sense because all of that is preventable. Makes no sense. So I had an incident on a job once. I thought we were just friends, me and this person. Come to find out, he had a major raging crush on me. And I don't even think it was so much the fact that he had a crush. I think it was a matter of I was the only one who paid attention to him. Most people thought he was socially awkward as hell, so they stayed away from him. He was super smart. Anything that I was stumped on the job, he got the answer, baby. But what I didn't know at the time, I thought we were just friends. In his mind, we were a hell of a lot more than that. He started getting on my nerves because he was doing more and more and more inappropriate things, like what you would do if you're in a couple, or the comments that you would make if you're a couple. And I'm not your woman, so why are you tripping? So I always, in the summer, we were allowed to wear sandals at work. And I almost always had my toes done. Always had them painted. Sometimes I get lazy and I don't feel like doing them. Like now, they're not done. Okay, I've got cute toes. I do. But I don't always feel like painting them. I mean, sometimes that's a headache. And I just get in lazy mode and I don't feel like doing it. But 99.9% of the time, my toes were done. So I went to work. And as you know, back then when I was working, when you go to work, you have to gradually get into work mode. Like you're not instantly in work mode just because you walked in the door. So you need a few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to acclimate. And he got to the point where he didn't want to acclimate. He would pounce on me the minute I got to work. Hey, how you doing? And I'm like, fine. Like, Why is he jumping in my face? I just walked in the door. Then he made a comment one day, which kind of pissed me off. He said, it was one of those times, the rare occasion that I didn't, paint my toes. And he goes, "Oh, you didn't paint your toenails. Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you that you all up in my feet?" It gets worse, don't you think it don't? So then he would hang with me after work, which was fine because, like I said, if I had an issue, he would help me. But people didn't understand, you're off work. Why are you still hanging around? Why are you still lurking? And one time he got jealous because I'm talking to a male customer and his account is up on my computer, which no one else is supposed to notice that anyway because the account is private. And he would walk the floor to help people who had issues. And he looked on my computer, which he has no business doing, I might add. He looks on the computer and goes, "You've been talking to that guy for a while." It gets worse. Then our seating changed and I was all the way in the back and he was in the middle part. So when I got off work, I would fly to the front and I'd fly out the door because I knew he'd pounce on me otherwise. It got to that point where he would jump on me as soon as I got to work. "Hey, how you doing?" And he would come to the parking lot, walk me to my vehicle as if in his mind that's a date. When I walk you to your car, this is a date. So things began to escalate. And one time he went on vacation, and before he went on vacation, he made it clear that he was very uncomfortable with the fact that I was really tight with a guy that worked there. And he said, I guess he was jealous of our connection. And he goes, "You and him are so tight and you don't give me the time of day." I said, "He's gay. What are you tripping off?" I couldn't understand. First of all, I don't care if he's straight or gay. Besides the point, why are you all up in my connection with other people? That's creepy and weird. Secondly, dude is gay. The guy that I was tight with, he's gay and married to a guy. Like, what? Not that it makes a difference because I'm not your woman anyway, but in a person's mind who's not dealing with a full deck, you are their partner. You just have to accept it. And it's weird because you're acting very strange. So he was at the point, he was going on vacation. He walked me to my car. And he got to the point where when he confronted me about, "Oh, you and him are so tight and da-da-da." I said, "He's gay." Like I said, that doesn't matter regardless, right? I'm not your woman. What do you care who I'm talking to? He was at the point of tears. I kid you not. He was at the point of tears. Like, "You're so tight with him, but you're nowhere near as tight with me." And it's just, So things escalated and I got to the point where he would leave gifts on my desk, and I'm like, why is he doing this? So I finally told I guess they noticed that when I got off work, I would fly out the door like my feet were on fire. All right? I would fly out the door. Security noticed that. I was flying. And one day he came to me and he said, "Come here." I said, "What?" "Come here." "What? What's up with you and this person?" "What do you mean?" "I noticed that you fly out the door when it's time for you to get off work. What's up with you and this person?" He's just, I don't really remember what I said, but whatever, because security has to confront you about something that's weird, they have to write an incident report. If they write an incident report, apparently that gets sent to supervisors or whoever, maybe HR. I don't have a clue. So things are escalating. I didn't know all that was happening. I thought he was just questioning me. I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. So I talked to a guy's supervisor and I said, "I need you to do me a favor." He goes, okay, what's that? I said, I need you to tell, let's just pretend his name is Peter. I need you to tell Peter that I am not interested in him. He really needs to stop because this is out of control. And since you are a man, maybe you could get through to him because I can't. Okay. He said to me, it's way beyond that now. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I have no say-so about it because it went to HR. What? Yeah, this complaint, I guess security's noticing and it's just getting to the point where this could be a liability. This person's acting irrational, so it could be a problem. Prior to that, there was one more incident. Let me backtrack. Let me backtrack one more time and talk about the time that I did not allow him to walk me to my vehicle. Okay. Well, he was upset about that big time. Because I knew in his mind, he thought that was a romantic date. Him walking to me in my car was a romantic date. I'm not happy, right? You're not getting it. You're just not freaking getting it. So, I said, no, I'm cool. I'm going to be a while on this call anyway. In other words, go to your car and take your butt home. One of my coworkers was standing there. He's about 6'2". Peter got in a huff because I wouldn't let him walk me to my vehicle. And he goes, fine. And he zoomed past my coworker so fast he almost knocked him over. This man is not little. He's 6'2", probably 6'3", 6'4". I don't know, 6'2" at least. He almost knocked him plumb over. And so the guy he almost knocked over looked at me like, what the hell was that? Like on his face. What was that all about? So then again, we're escalating, right? He puts a love note on my desk. He puts a love note on my desk. And I didn't know that. I know that security was told, or supervisors were told, when she gets to work, meaning me, have her come straight to the big boss's office. So they're like, yeah, as soon as they swooped on me like I was a mouse they're an eagle and I'm a mouse in a field, They swooped. And they were like, that's the guy's name, John. John wants to see you. What? John wants to see you. I said, what did I do? He just wants to talk to you. Okay. So I go in there. That's not really something that you're used to. Your big boss calling you in the office. That doesn't usually mean you're doing a great job and they want to commend you. Although it could mean that, but it doesn't usually mean that. So I go in his office and I must be looking at him like a deer caught in the headlights. And he goes, you're not in trouble. You're good. Have a seat. Okay. I found out then that he had left a note on my car, on my desk. And they basically swooped and grabbed the note so that they could, talk to me about it. This is so official. HR is involved. The girl from HR is in the office with the big guy. She's got a tape recorder. She's got a pad and paper. This is serious. Okay. This is an investigation. This is not, hey, we need to scold you all or whatever. We got to do some scolding. This is way past that because this could be a liability. Okay. This person could flip their lid and then people are in danger. I mean, this goes to the page of you're a liability for the company and for other people that work there because you're irrational. You're a loose cannon. And, a lot of times companies take that seriously, which they should. So, John, trying to remember who I named too, the big guy, he goes, I want to ask you some questions about Peter. Not his real name, of course. I said, okay. You ever been involved with him? Nope. Did you ever have phone calls with him? outside of work? No. You never went out with him, not even one time, not even for coffee? No. So you never gave him the impression that you're romantically involved with him or interested in him? I said no. So they said, are you aware that he left a note on your desk today? I said no. Would you like to see the note? No. Okay. We just want to, it was short. It didn't take that long. They documented everything. They tape recorded everything. And the next thing I know, Peter was fired. Peter was fired. I didn't know. One of my friends told me, because they do it so discreetly. There's a door that we normally would go in. We would go through that door. Okay. If you are being booted out of the company, fired, there's a different door that is on the side. So there's the main door that everybody goes in. And then there's the door way over there where the office people go in through that door, I suppose, because we didn't go through that door. We were the main folks, but I guess the admin people went in that door. That door is the door that they escort you out of. So she said there were cameras everywhere. There are spies everywhere. So you got to watch what you say and do because you are under surveillance. You don't know who's tight with the big boss. So you got to watch your back. And my girlfriend, anything we need to tell each other, we did it on the slick because we knew we were being watched all the time. And so she said, when you get a chance, I want you to act like you're helping me on the computer, and then I need to talk to you. I said, that was one of my friends. I said, okay. She said, so come here. And she's pointing to her computer, because I helped people on the floor. She's pointing to her computer, and I'm bent over looking at her computer like I'm helping her. She said, Peter got fired. I said, what? Peter got fired. How do you know? She said, because people seen him clean out his desk, put everything in a box, and he was escorted out that side door. Now, because a person's not dealing with a full deck of cards, they're not exactly rational. They may not see their actions as, I was out of line, I got myself fired. They may see it as, you're my love interest, you complained on me, or whatever, you're responsible for me getting fired, so now I'm coming for you. You're not dealing with a full deck of cards. So the last thing you ever want to do is say, oh, they would never take it that far, they would never stalk the person, they would never do that. You don't know what they're going to do. They're already acting irrational. Where do you think it goes from here? They don't catch themselves going, you know what? I'm being really irrational right now. I better tone it down. People don't do that, okay? If they're irrational, they get worse. Always. If they're normal and they're irrational, they catch themselves being abnormal. And they're like, okay, I am really out of line. Why? Okay, let me reel it back in. But if a person's not really dealing with a full deck of cards, it always gets worse. Sometimes to the point of physical, sometimes to the point of violence. That's when you become a liability. And so for about a couple weeks, they had me park in a different area that you're normally not allowed to park, just in case he decides she got me fired, as in me, I got him fired, and wants to retaliate. So, bottom line is, you got to learn to control yourself, whether you're at work, you're not at work. You could get yourself fired if you do this stupidness at work. Yeah. Watch yourself. Don't let your hormones get your ass in trouble. You know me, I don't sugarcoat it. Don't let your hormones get your ass in trouble. Don't. Be careful. Pull it together. Especially if it's not welcomed. Okay? There was I don't remember what state. There was a guy who was a police officer at work, happily married. Not looking for other people outside of his marriage like a lot of people do. While people are online bragging, I met my husband, my person, I met him online and he's a great guy. Your husband is hitting on other people. Okay? I can't tell you how many married men hit on me. Don't brag too hard. Anyway, People have no clue what their spouse is doing behind their back. Ask single women. They'll tell you how many married men hit on them. Anyway, you just got to watch your back. You cannot do what you want to do when you want to do it. You can't. If it's not welcome, knock it off. So back to the police officer. He's married. He's happily married. And his boss has severe hots for him. I mean, severe, out of control hots for him. She was always hitting on him. She was always making sexual innuendos. She was always making comments. She don't give a damn that he's married. She don't care. She eventually got her behind fired. Which is what should happen. Because you're pushing the envelope and you're taking things too far. You're taking it too far. That person's married. What's wrong with you? And you know, especially if you're a boss, you know that there's repercussions for certain behaviors, especially on the job. And you gonna press it anyway? That's a liability too, because his wife could come for you. We need to talk. As in me going up inside your head because I'm tired of you hitting on my husband. So it becomes a dangerous situation all the way around the board. People are not going to lose their home, their spouse, their source of income because you can't control yourself. They'll go upside your head or do worse. You got to learn to pull it together. She should have got fired. Good for her. It don't matter what gender it is. You got to control yourself. Because what you're doing is not welcomed. And you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. And then you're going to blame the other person when it's not their fault, it's yours. If someone's not interested, leave them the hell alone. I don't care how hot you get. Pull up, go home, pull up some adult whatever on your phone and handle your damn business. Whatever the hell you got to do to calm down. Take a cold shower or soak in a bath with ice cubes. Whatever the hell you got to do to calm your shit down because you gonna cause some major problems. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, with that being said, there's another little incident, and I've talked about this before, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Some men are so terrified of women, and this is asinine on every level there is. This is asinine. They're terrified of women because if I ask a woman out, I'm not kidding. If I ask a woman out, some men think this way. I would get sexual charges, assault charges on me for asking a woman out. What in the blue hell are you talking about? You don't know the definition of sexual assault if you think that asking a woman out results in her pressing charges on you for SA, which is sexual assault. Sexual assault is unwarranted attention. You touch somebody against their will. You slip something in their Mickey so that you could have your way with them against their will. You accidentally smacked their butt when they walked by or bumped into them on purpose accidentally. Touching people that you should not be touching. Touching body parts of them that you should not be touching. Supposedly accidentally. Since when is asking someone out going to get charges on you? I told the one guy that said that dumb shit. He said, oh, I'm going to say charges on me if I ask somebody out. I said, you know what? If cops were to think that, or hear that you think, if you ask a woman out, if they were to know, you think, if I ask a woman out, I'm going to get SA charges on me, they would laugh right in your face, because that's stupid. And you're not equipped to be in a relationship anyway, because you're scared of your own shadow. It is normal for men to ask women out. Women to ask women out. Okay? Whoever. I hope you don't mind. I hope I'm not being too forward. Would you like to go for coffee sometimes? Since when is that sexual assault? Do you see how mental illness is running rampant? Do you see this? You're not equipped to be in a relationship anyway because you're scared of your own shadow. You're the type of person that if you got married, I can't make love to my wife on our wedding night because it's inappropriate. You don't need a relationship, you need a therapist. What in God's green earth is wrong with people? I've heard multiple men say that. I can't ask a woman out. I'll be part of the Me Too movement. Really? Really? I didn't know that. Obviously, you have no idea what you're talking about. Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, both of them were assaulting women. Weinstein answered the door in a bathrobe with nothing under it. Unless you do something that extreme, what in the hell are you talking about? Did you slip a Mickey in someone's drink so you could get a handful of their boobs or their butt? Unless you did that, you got nothing to worry about. What is wrong with you? Oh my God. You know, the way the world has twisted in such a funky, weird-ass direction, doesn't it make you want to go into a cave and stay there and never come out? Okay? Because everything is so weird and twisted and the ideology is bizarre and it's like, you want to run in the opposite direction, jump inside a cave, put a big, huge boulder in front of the cave entrance and stay there forever. Because it's just too damn weird out here. Anyway, much love. You guys take care and avoid monsters in the woods. Me and Milo, I talked about it on my previous video. We heard some extremely loud noises and it was just bizarre. And I hope to God I don't ever hear that again. Okay, that animal was telling us, you keep your damn distance. Keep your behind over there. I got young over here, or whatever that animal's trying to convey. Keep your behind over there. And we stayed over there. Look here. Okay. You never know what's in the deep, dark forest. Anyway, much love. You guys control yourselves. Control yourself. You're going to get yourself in a world of trouble. Okay? It's not worth it. All right. Take care. Bye.